Alright, I'm going to trim this guy real quick. There's been some flea problems, and the medicine, the topicals, and the collars don't seem to work. The fleas are immune. I'm going to use this razor, and be careful on cats. They have really thin skin and it's elasticy, so if it goes to a part where it's bending, especially under the arms, the back ones, the sides of the tail, and anywhere on the head and the feet, you can hurt them if you're not careful. Use a very narrow razor. This one's great. Attach a video of this one as well. Make sure that you use a slow speed if you can. The faster ones are bad, and the large human-sized wall type ones, they work, but you shouldn't use them because you can scrape them often. So make sure that they're comfortable. This guy's done it a few times, so he knows what to expect. And you want to just go along the grain, and you can have your finger under it if you want to steady it. Don't push hard, go slow, and when they're done, they'll let you know. Then just come back later. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to taper this later, but go ahead and... Alright, so this guy's got a lot of body fat on him, so it's a lot easier. You need to make sure you know the anatomy, if there's any like skin tags or the nipples and such. Especially cats that have nursed, their nipples will be bigger and you can cut them right off, so be very careful. You should probably just use the smallest comb you have, snap it on, and do the underside with that. That'll save you a lot of worry anyway. I'm going to keep doing this. Guy's pretty easy about this. Make sure you don't push into the legs, so you want to pull the skin so it's tight. Their skin's really elastic, so you can always pull it over the back. Just don't pull it so far that the nipples come up the side and you accidentally get those. So I got the skin fold right here. I gotta be careful, so I'm gonna pull that tight and just keep going back towards the back side of the leg here. Don't worry about removing everything the first time, and if you want to get even closer, you can always go against the grain at the end. So I'm just going to keep on doing this. Again, make sure that they're relaxed. If they start to try to run away from you, you might want to just come back and start it later. They shouldn't be unhappy. Same goes for dogs. Once they get 2 or 3 times done, they'll be used to it. On cats, you can usually lift their head up kind of like this, and they'll let you do the chin, and that sometimes makes them a little more mellow. Again, I need to tighten the skin up so I don't accidentally cut too deep or get an uneven cut. So I usually go, even though this is going to be really close, just kind of stop at the underside there, right kind of where it meets the table, and then I'll switch to a combed blade and I will go ahead and do the underside with that. It's a lot harder to do it with a bare blade and get a really close cut if that's what you're going for. You need to really know their anatomy and their temperament. Be really careful around the nipples and the sides of the armpits. And the feet, you can do them, but you have to really know what you're doing. It's really easy to cut the tendons, the skin where the tendons go over down there, if you're not careful or using the wrong kind of razor. So I just keep kind of pulling the skin over to the rounded side of his back. This guy's got a lot of fat, so it's really easy. One thing is the tail. If you're wanting to take the tail all the way down, this guy doesn't mind. Some cats, they will over groom. So if you can just leave a little bit on the end there, like about that much, without trimming this, that might be good for starters. Some of them will just lick and tear at this until it's raw. So be careful of that. Move over a little bit there. There you go. What? Are we done already? Here, let's turn around. There you go. Also be careful of this area right here when you're doing the razor. So I hold the tip and then I do it, and then I bend the tail around the other way. Now I'll do it. He's gonna wanna jump off here soon. They don't usually like the tail messed with too much. And I will go in and I'll do the backside later when he's more relaxed in the second session there, and maybe do the feet and such. I'll try to get that later. Alright, so. And just using almost no pressure, making sure that it's tight and not bent and not wagging. Almost done here. Alright, that's pretty good. Hey, let's finish up here. Usually they don't mind the back right here done. That's like the easiest, so I usually start with that, and then the next time they come back they'll be relaxed and ready. The underside's really hard. Alright, let's clean up here a little bit. Alright, here, lay down. Lay down. There you go. Alright, whenever you're near the head, make sure you got your hand over the head and you don't let the ears go anywhere. If they start to move, grab it really hard so that you don't want to hit the ears with the razor. That will permanently disfigure them. Again, be very careful of this area right in here, the armpits. Be careful of the head. You don't want them to move, and you don't want to hit the ears or the eyes or anything. As long as you position your hand so that they can't move on you without you being able to get out of the way, you'll be alright. You want to turn around like this? There you go. Sit down. Sit. 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 Come on. There you go. Alright, that'll work. So, make sure you get the ears out of the way. And if they start to move, you gotta back off. Don't try to force it. Back up a little bit. Sit down. Sit. Sit. There you go. Alright, so he's about done. So I'm gonna just finish real quick here. Hey. Come on. There you go. Never go like this towards the armpit, always away. And when you're pulling up like this, make sure you don't go too far down that you'll hit the nipples. So I'm going to do about to where it touches the table, and then I'll do the rest later. Alright, that's about good here. He's trying very well to behave, which is surprising. And eventually they'll get better. The more often they do it. Alright. That's good enough for now. The next time I'll probably do the head a little bit and the underside, and then maybe the legs. Alright, go ahead.